Great. Thank you again for the opportunity for today's session. I guess we've got a few spare seats for the person that comes in a bit later. So, I first wanted to thank you again for the opportunity. Great to be here. So many people. At my uni there were like 5 people maybe in our society. I'm very aware, like I saw on your, I shouldn't say stalked your Instagram page, but I saw the events, tons of different yoga events, which is fantastic, and clearly a high attendance as well. What I'm going to be talking about today, I'm not taking away from that. And I think in the past, maybe our parents and those before us, there was maybe one way of doing things, it's just yoga. But there is an integrated path as well, where we can try different things. It's a bit like, with Google Maps, you've got a car, you've got a train, you've got a few different ways to improve your well-being, reduce stress. So progressive muscle relaxation will just sort of add that other angle to it. So, and it's going to be interactive as well. I'm sure you don't want to just listen to me talk the whole time. There'll be a small activity. But to start off with, I thought we would just do a body scan, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And what I want us to do together, to just go, imagine there's like a hula hoop around your head. And it's going down from your head to your toe. And as we go down, we can pick up on the different sensations that are in our body that we're feeling right now. Maybe anxiety, maybe stress, maybe calm. It's Friday, no more university for the weekend. If we just take a few minutes to do that, to set the scene, to set the context, and I'll do it as well. Feel free to close your eyes if you want. Don't have to. See what comes up. Take a few moments. Great session, thanks everyone. No, just kidding. So I've got a quick question. In terms of the body scan that you did, when you've done a body scan before, have you ever felt stress in the body? Have you ever felt a tense muscle, maybe your leg or your neck or your head, just by raise of hand, if you've ever felt that? Okay, it's like nearly everyone. Cool. So the point, I guess, I think that's really interesting, and that's really the premise of what we'll be exploring today. Back 80 years ago, 90 years ago, Dr. Edmund Jacobson ran a study, and he found that if you tense your muscles and then relax your muscle, so going from, combining the sympathetic and the parasympathetic together, and you took you did a scientific experiment, and you compared, the stress level before and after. Once you did that, you'd see a really great reduction. If you imagine a graph, the stress just goes down. Your muscles are calmer, you're feeling more relaxed. Similar to yoga, based on the premise that our physical, the way we feel our emotions is our body picks up on that. It's that mind-body connection, and that's just setting the scene in terms of what progressive muscle relaxation, PMR, is about. And interesting, the word, what's the word progressive for in that? And that's because we're going through each muscle group and very simply tensing and then relaxing that muscle group and going from head to toe. And a really interesting question might be, wait, I've got yoga, why do I need this? It's very similar. Many studies have been carried out. They're both, very similar in terms of what they offer. But I think it's really number one, the accessibility, and number two, the timing. So So some people don't have the access to maybe you're in a library or you're on the bus. This is a great technique to do, and the time as well. Yoga takes time. You've got to put the yoga mat down and do the stretches, and this is something that's quicker as well. So just diving into it a bit, progressive muscle relaxation is the series of different steps that we can take muscle by muscle, tensing and relaxing, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic working together. And what I want us to do, just with as an activity, instead of me droning on, I think it'd be really interesting to, if we can go in pairs, 2 or 3 is fine, and just with the partner that you're with, you could, what will be interesting is you can basically choose one scenario where, again, whatever you're comfortable to share, we can keep it in a university environment, in terms of this discussion, to really just, when was there a moment where you were maybe stressed and you perhaps had a headache, or you felt it in your shoulder, you might have felt it in your stomach, that's where we feel tension quite a lot. And see if the person who you're sharing that with can actually relate and say, yeah, I had the same thing. So you can feel free to choose, we'll just do it for like 5 minutes or so, and it could be no. So for example, I could be doing it with someone else. I say, yeah, do you know what, I actually get a headache or some jaw tension, and then it's just interesting to see if your partner has the same same experience or not. It might be that they're like, no, I feel it in my left leg. So feel free to just spend a minute or two, because I know we're running a bit short on time. Could do just 2 questions each, and I don't know if we've got even or odd numbers, but I will sit over here and we could just do 2 questions each, and just see how we go.